Welcome to today's presentation. This is our free webinar, a live look into trading equities with Lightspeed Trader, recorded today, April 7th, 2021. My name is Rob Libson. I'm the VP of Business Development and Sales here with Lightspeed. I've been with the company for 8 years. I have a lot of experience with the software, and we like to provide various presentations to give you assistance with answering any questions you have about the program for your settings, your configurations, what it can and can't do, and how to help with guiding you to use it the most effective way possible and to provide you with the tools and services that you need for your trading business. Like any trading business or any business, the right tools and partnerships will help you be successful, and we try to provide that for our traders. Quickly, before we get started, I have a brief disclosure. This presentation is for informational purposes only. Nothing presented today should be construed as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold a security or contract. Since we don't know everyone's investment objectives or risk tolerance, we're not endorsing any specific trading strategies. Security, derivative, and futures trading involves a substantial risk of loss that's not suitable for all investors. Each investor must consider whether this is a suitable investment, since you may lose all or more than your initial investment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Lightspeed Financial Services Group, LLC, is not affiliated with these third-party market commentator, educators, or service providers. Data, information, and material, this content are provided for informational and educational purposes only. This content neither is nor should be construed as an offer, solicitation, or recommendation to buy or sell securities or contracts. Any investment decisions made by the user through the use of such content is solely based on the user's independent analysis, taking into consideration your financial circumstances, the user's the investment objectives and risk tolerance. Lightspeed Financial Services Group does not endorse or offer and recommend any of the service or commentary provided on the website. The market commentators, educators, service providers, and any information used to execute any trading strategies are based on the independent analysis of the user. Thank you. Once again, my name is Rob Libson. If you have any questions or you're looking for more information on requesting a demo trial or opening a new account with Lightspeed, please feel free to contact me. My email is rlivson@lightspeed.com. It's rlibson@lightspeed.com. You can also email sales@lightspeed.com as well. Quickly looking at our website, you can try a demo right from the website here, top right corner. You select to try a demo, you select the trading platform, and you can request that. If you are looking to open an account, just select that open account button as well. We'll get back to that shortly here. So today's presentation, and we thank you for joining us, is in regards to the Lightspeed Trader platform. This is our flagship trading software that provides extensive tools for trading equities and options as well. We're going to focus mostly on equities here today, and show you some of the configurations and settings and different tools that you can use to be more effective with the platform. Certainly, if questions come up, please type them in. I'll try to answer them all as they apply to the topic at hand. I'll try to circle back and get to some of them as well at the end. Okay, so we're going to go through some of the basic windows here on the software and then go through the settings on each and then how to configure, and then some of the tools and tips and tricks to have some shortcuts and different ways to order entry and view some of the information. So the top main index bar you can see is where this Lightspeed logo is. You can see it displays your P&L. It has different index data information and your buying power, pending orders and positions, and you can also show your equity on here as well. This is where your main menus are provided, so you can switch your pages. You can have different pages for different topics. So I can have one page within one layout. I can go to my social analytics page to view different windows. I can go to my options trading window to view different windows specifically designed for options. I have an option chain and option order entry window. Or I can go back to my equities page here as well and have my page layout designed for equities as well. If I'm looking to open up any additional window, then you can do so from the new menu here as well. And you can open up a new level 2, a new chart, or any additional window through this new menu here. Utilities will bring you to the main configuration settings menu. This is where you can access our global settings and go through the different tabs that relate to the features you're looking for, whether it's assigning a hotkey through a keyboard, creating a custom order, our trading settings, and putting on your confirmations or different warnings or cancel configuration. So everything is accessed through the global settings menu. The windows will show you any open windows you have. The help will bring you to the help menu as well. Now, if I right click, I can go into the settings for this index bar. I can add or remove available fields. So if I want to get rid of some of the information, let's say I don't really want to view my P&L. I don't want that to be a visible factor in my trading. I can just select to delete it and add it, or anything that we have here you can add. I can also add custom symbols here. Let's just say I want to specifically track one symbol that I have a position on that I don't want to look somewhere else, or I want to track a ETF or some other item. So I can, let's just say I'm very interested in Tesla. I can type in that, I can click add, and we look, all of a sudden now you can put Tesla on that top index bar as well. So you can kind of configure this main index bar in a lot of different features. Now, a lot of questions always come up. What's the difference between the M P&L and the C P&L? And that's the difference between your marked P&L and your closed P&L. Your marked P&L is your combination of, can everyone hear me okay? I have a couple people saying they can't hear, but I don't think it's everyone. Can everyone just confirm if volume's okay here? Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Sorry, so the marked P&L is your combination of your open and closed P&L. Your closed P&L would be anything that you have a round trip and you have a open P&L, which would be any open positions, and then you have your closed P&L, which is when you close a position. Your marked is going to be your combination. Now, you can also view all this information on your positions window, and I can give you a very quick example. So let's just enter an order here, buying 500 shares. Now we can see I use my order entry. The order displayed on my orders window, I bought 500 out of 500, and we can see here on the positions, my price was 380, the last price is 380, so there's no change in P&L. Maybe I would like to get something that's trading a little bit more so I can at least get some changes in P&L or something with a little bit wider range here. So let's try. Okay, so now 100 shares of Tesla. We can see my price was 672.83 and the last was 83, but it's giving me the bid as my P&L. So it's going to go off of the P&L there. Now you can see that is my unrealized or my open P&L. My marked is now showing a profit. If I close this position, that went into my realized P&L. That's my closed P&L. So we can see this is my combination. I have $5 still open with ODT. I have $15 closed realized P&L and a total of here now $25 in intraday marked P&L. So you can see the difference on the top left as well. The C P&L is my closed. I captured that. That's been realized. The M P&L is the combination of my open and close. So you can configure this in your positions window here as well. You can have your open, your close, and then your combination of open and closed. To add or remove any of these data columns, you simply go to the gear, you go into the positions window, and then you can add or remove any of these data categories. So you can view your realized intraday open or closed P&L. You also have cost basis P&L, which we use if you have historical positions. If you're carrying positions overnight, you'd want to see the CB P&L. That's your historical based on your actual average price. Your intraday P&L is your mark-to-market pricing, which would be going off of your closing price. So there's two different data categories here. One is for intraday and one is for historical. So there's a difference, and you can display both of those as well. So going through the orders window again here, you can see these are all green, meaning these were executed orders. If I did have an order to sell that's not yet been fulfilled, we can see how that goes in. I'm selling 500 shares at $3.95. This is an open pending order. You can see it's white, 0 out of 500 in the quantity fields. So this is a pending open order still. You can also view this in the messages window. Here we have a track of all of our orders placed, buying 500, and now we're selling 500, but there's no confirmation. Now, if I were to cancel it, I can right click to cancel. I could also modify or increase or decrease this. I can also use the little X here on the orders window to cancel. If I click it, I cancel it, it turns red. That indicates it's a canceled order. We can also view in my messages window, the "you are out" message. That's a confirmation that the cancel came through. That's not saying the position's been closed. We can see I still have 500 shares. That just indicates the order has been executed. So we see I still have this open position. Once we do sell the position, now I can use my order entry form. This is the limit price I'm using. I can quickly queue up these prices. If I click on the bid or ask, that's going to change my order entry. I can also click on the price tiers on the level 2. That's going to change my price fields. Let's say I want to sell. I hit the sell button there. We can see I sold, and I have a gain there as well. So I have a realized profit of $10 on my ODT, 15 on Tesla, and my combination is $25 profit. You can choose to have different categories available for data on your windows as well. We can see execution time, shares, liquidity, and P&L on my positions, running positions. So there's a lot of different data categories you can view here as well. If I want my stop and my stop limit price to be displayed, if you have that type of order, you can display that there as well. The order type, the execution order as well, market or limit. So we can see I have different data categories. So I have my execution, the price I put in, and then the price that got executed as well. So all that can be displayed in my orders. I can have more than one orders window as well. If I want to have one order that's displaying only active orders, and I have one that shows only executed orders, I can do so. So if I want to open up an additional orders window, I can go to the new menu, go into the orders, and I can configure this. So if I right click, I go back into my settings. I can go to my display column. Let's say I only want this one to show executed orders, and I want my top one to only show open orders. This is a way where you can see what you have still open and then what is still pending. So I just slide this over here. Let's just say I want an open order. So we can see now this order is shown here. That's an open order. It's not displayed in my bottom one because that's only if it's going to get filled. So this is only going to show if you have an executed order. So if I modify this to something more marketable, we can see now that disappeared from the orders window up top and went into my bottom executed order. I now purchased another 500 shares, and that got executed. So you can configure the orders window to display in different fashions, have more than one orders window. You can also change the colors if you want your pending orders to be a different color than white, if you want your executed orders for sells to be something different than your executed orders for buys, you could change that. So I could have my sells in orange. If I want my canceled orders to be something different, so you have 3 different categories: buy, sell, sell short. So you can see there's a lot of ways to configure the columns, the display, and you can even change the background, the text, the size, and that information. So a lot of ways to reset and to configure, and then you can also reset it back if you like. So once again, now you can go through this order entry and you're going to be able to enter your orders here if you're doing it through your mouse, changing my symbol simply by typing in a new symbol. I can adjust my shares and then my order type, limit, market, stop. We have market on close, market on open, limit on open and close. We also have access to dark routes, smart order types as well. So we'll go through some of that. But you can see I just changed that to limit, quickly adjust my limit price, buy or sell. That goes in. Everything is recorded in my messages window. If an order gets rejected, if there's something that you don't know why, it's going to display in the messages window as well. If I have too much buying power, not enough buying power, it's going to tell me. If I have certain size limitations, it's going to tell me as well. So if I have a certain amount of buying power and I can't exceed it, we can see in the messages window here, cannot exceed buying power. 10,000 shares of Amazon would require quite a bit of buying power. So the system is going to display these various messages to you if an order gets rejected, accepted, filled. So it's always important to have your messages window open that you can reference at all times here as well. You can change the settings and your defaults on your order entry. If I click on the gear, so there's the global settings command, but the gear that you click for that particular window is going to bring you to that appropriate window. So you can see this is now for the order entry. I can configure my customized order routes. I'm going to circle back to that in a little bit. We have different markets. If you want to show only certain available routes, you can choose to have that configured here. My commands based on when you log in, or if you send an order entry, or when you place a hot button, you can configure default. So right now, this is when I log into the platform. I'm choosing my route, my order quantity, and my order type. If I want to change that to limit, I can do so. Then I have my quotes. If I want to change anything to a limit, anytime I click on a new quote, I can do that as well. So even though this says market, I click on a new quote, this now changed to a limit order as my default. So you can go to your defaults, set your initial quantity when you log into any symbol, or change it when you change symbols here as well. So you can configure that order entry window. Okay, so like I said, you can choose the market destinations. The Lightspeed route is the smart route that's going to rotate and handled by our route providers and send it to the best source of liquidity. There's a couple of different route providers that we use. They're going to attempt to get you the best fill and the best shares available. But then you also can utilize our exchange preference routes. Keep in mind that we do have route providers that handle all of our order routing, but they are going to preference the exchange that you are listing and your order ticket, and it's designed to be very fast. We have very positive feedback on our routing, and speed is one of the considerations we use with our routing partners. The pre and post market is typically handled direct to the market. So if I see NASDAQ is the best offer here, maybe that's the route I want to go if I'm looking to buy these 500 shares right away. So if I choose NASDAQ, I do a limit, then I press buy, and then I open, and then this is purely simulation, but you can see that's going to be the way you go. It's the same thing here. If I'm looking to sell and ARCA is the only bid in town, maybe I want to choose that to ARCA and then sell to the bid because that's the shares available. So there are a lot of factors to consider when you are using the markets and which destinations. And it has to do with your order size, your order type, how the symbol trades, how many shares, how liquid it is, if it's pre-market or post-market, and intraday. So a lot of factors go into there. If I'm looking for a stop order, you can do so as well. Just change your stop. So if I want to go down, sell stop below the market, I can place that stop. and that's currently an open order, and it would only trigger if the stock goes down to that price there. So then someone asked, can I have different default quantities for different symbols? You can do so, but it's not run through the order entry. So that's done through our tier system. And the tier system would be through the level 2 portion. So this will be a good way to tie into the level 2. So we can see here, the level 2 has various information. You have your market makers on the bottom portion, and you have your level 1 info on top. You can see I can adjust the information that I show. You have your high, low, close, last price. You can put your bid and ask on there as well. But another item you can see would be your tiers. This is a tier box right here on Citigroup. It says tier 1. Now I could easily change this tier by the number pad. You can see that it changes to tier 3, tier 5, tier 6. Now there are certain orders that will interact going off of your tier. So the same custom order for a hotkey or hot button for a tier order can be used for different share sizes. A little bit more complicated, but you can configure different symbols for different tiers. So if I go into my settings, we have tiers. I could have Facebook at 1,000 default, Citigroup at 700, or set something else here, Tesla at 200. Now, just as an example, I can show here I have a by tier order. I'm going to add it as a button. We have a new button here. And just so we can see, I'm going to put back my trading conference. Right now, Citigroup, we said that's tier 7. So I hit buy tier. It's going in for buying 700 shares. I change this back to Facebook. We had tier 10, same button, buy tier, it's buying 1,000 shares of Facebook. So this same order, just one button, you can set different quantities based on that tier for each order that you have. So I go to Tesla. That's a different tier, tier 2, buying tier, 200 shares. So I have one button that can be controlled to buy at the offer for any share size I set a tier 2. You can configure other items in your level 2 window. You can show different information on your margin requirements, your barbell indicators, your net change, update information, your layout. You can indicate here if I want to put on different information, primary exchange that it trades on. You can do that. Imbalance information, bid or ask. So you can configure this portion, and there's some other ones as well. So we can see I can modify my top-up portion as well. I can change colors. If I right-click, I go to select the skin. I can choose different skins here for my level 2. I'm using the primary here to separate your tiers as well. I know I'm going a little fast. We will have a recording of this presentation as well on our website within a few days. And certainly if someone wants some personal training, just let us know. We're happy to do that. Just email sales@lightspeed.com. Additionally, with the level 2 window, you can do have other indications. So everyone wonders, what's this green E indicate? That indicates the stock is easy to borrow. 25%, that's your margin requirement. So if you have a 4 times margin leverage account, this is going to let you use your 4 times buying power. So this will provide you with the indication if a symbol is marginable or non-marginable. Under $3 is non-marginable. And certain symbols that have very volatile or leverage ETFs will have higher leverage as well. So you can look at some symbols that have higher volatility in the past couple of days. or low price, so we can see NAKD is below $1. That's set to 100%. So that's non-marginal. You have to have the cash available in your equity to be able to purchase any securities. The L indicates a locate is required, so that will not able to be sold short immediately unless you get a borrow from our trade desk. So the level 2 will display this information so you can quickly realize how many shares you can buy and if it's able to be sold. We can see maybe here, there we go. Another indication is the CB, that's the circuit breaker. That is the short sell restriction. That means you cannot get short on a downtick. So you can only get filled short on an uptick. Certain orders will be canceled if they don't qualify for that downtick. If you immediately try to sell short at the market, it's going to reject. It's not going to qualify for a sell short order unless it's going to fill you on an uptick here. So right now, last price was 1994. 98 here now, so you'd have to be able to sell down to get filled. Okay, so I'm going to circle back to the hot buttons and the custom orders. So we have a lot of default orders that we already start you with, and you can use yourself for your hot buttons. So we see we have all these buttons here, and I have buy 100 at the market. So you can see that goes according to that button. It bypasses the order entry. We can see right now my order is 500 as a limit, but my hot button is set for buy 100 market. So that's going to go in as a market order. Same thing, selling 100. So it's a very quick way to enter orders, bypass the order entry form, and be able to really customize. And there's a lot of combinations you can do. So you can see I have one as a buy 1,000 order, and then a sell 1,000. Then we have cancel all orders, cancel everything. And we also have this buy tier order. We have our closeout. So if I go back to ODT, sell market closeout full, I'm selling the 500 shares. It knows how many symbols I have, and it's going to sell that. I canceled that. But let's just say I sell 100. Now I have 400 shares. I go back to my sell closeout full. It's going to sell the remaining 400. So it always knows what your position is, and it's going to sell. Then we also have other shortcuts here. If I click on my Google search, it'll go right to it. So if I want to view my top stories, instead of having to go through that, it's going to bring it right to see why is this stock up or down on a day? Why is it in the news? So it'll bring you right to that Google search. Also, we have here Yahoo Finance. It'll load it right up. You can go right to the details in the summary and go right there. So very quick ways to be able to configure your hot buttons. I click on the gear. This is where I can assign any hot button. We have our categories here, size, closeouts, order size indications, increase or decrease open order. So if I have an open order, I can change that. So let's just say I'm going to increase an order 1 penny. I put a buy order out here. Increase order. It's going to cancel it from 74 to 75. Increase. Now I can do that without having a confirmation. So all these can be done very quickly, one touch, very quick order entry. We can cancel, replace orders as well. We can close out all positions, half position, short, long, 25, 75. So all these different order combinations can be one click through your hot button, or you can assign these as hotkeys, which we'll show as well. Then we have our custom commands where you can create your own combinations. You have your cancel orders. You have other ways to control the order entry form block here. And then some other ways to have different settings as hotkeys or buttons as well. So there's a lot of different functionality you can do here. And you simply have to select it, click add, and that's going to add the button to your box. If I want to change a color, I click on the button box. I can make that a bright yellow. Okay. I can change the font. Let's just say I want it to really stand out. And I just added this Arca cell tier to my button. So it's that easy to add a button that's already predefined. When it's not predefined, that's when you're going to go into our custom orders. Custom orders allows you to create your own parameters and create a new command yourself. So it gives you kind of an order entry form to configure left to right. You're going buy or sell. You have instructions for limit or stop. You can buy in the bid, buy in the ask, market order. If you're selling, it can go off of your position price, your historical price, a percentage of your price as well. If you're looking for a target or a protectionary stop order as a percentage. So there's a lot of combinations here and a lot of ways to effectively manage your orders and manage your positions. I know, once again, I'm going quick. I'm just trying to give you a very big overview on what's available. We have specific tutorials on individual orders, and we have other videos on specific order entry. But let's do one quickly here. Buy, we're choosing our market. We'll choose Lightspeed route. I want to buy as a limit order. I want to buy at the ask. I can have an offset, 5 cents to be more aggressive. And then I'm going to do 500 shares. So I'm changing my quantity. If I'm looking to close out as a closeouter, you can see I just choose closeout, full position, half quarter position. If I want to have a buying power percentage, I can do that. So there's a lot of ways to customize these orders. A lot of ways to get in and out of positions and manage your orders. Buy 500, ask 05. I can map this to a key or map it as a button very easily. If I go to the back to the buttons, my custom orders, the exact order I just placed, buy ask 05, is now available. And there we have it. I just created a very quick order right away. So we have buy 500 ask, buying 500. The ask is 74 cents. This is going in at 79. This is a way for me to be a little more aggressive and place that. That order goes in, filled immediately. And this is a demo, keep in mind. So this is all simulation, but we can see that order went in right away and got filled here. Buying 500 shares, 5 cents above the ask. And then you can just manage and close out your positions as well. So the ability for the hot buttons for someone who likes to use their mouse for the order entry, and it's a way to avoid now when I'm on the order entry, I have to change my order type, I have to change my price, I have to change my destination. All that's already predefined in your orders. So if I do want to just sell 100 at a time, I don't have to sit here and change my order entry. I'm just going to go sell 100. If I want to now close out 400, instead of having to adjust this to 400 and maybe now change this back to market, that's 3 steps. I can just do sell, close out, full. So it's bypassing the order entry and just giving you just a number of combinations to place these orders without wasting time. It's just an extremely effective way to place orders. Now, some people are very keyboard oriented rather than the mouse. So that's why we offer the hotkeys. Anything you've created as a custom order can be a hotkey, or anything in the same predefined menu that we have can be a hotkey. So the same thing, we'll just say we have one already mapped, buying 500 at the ask, control 5. So we can see this is 100 shares, and here's my mouse right here. I hit my control 5 though, buying 500 shares at the ask. So again, bypassing the order entry. If I go back to my keyboard menu, you can see the different combinations you have available. You can have shift with a button, control with a button, alt with a button. You can have F1 key, F2 key, F3 key, just single keys here. So let's just say I want to buy 1,000 at the market with F1, and then I want to sell 1,000 at the market with F2. So maybe all I need are 2 buttons here. And let's just say I want to get rid of my confirms. F1, F2, F1, F2. You notice these orders are going in, and my position's changing. F1 goes in, buying 1,000, F2 out. That's how quick it could be. It is extremely fast. We use the confirmations because how fast it is and the ability that you want to make sure that you have the correct orders placed. But once you are comfortable, you don't need your confirmations, and you're just placing these orders immediately. As soon as I want to get in, I see something's looking like a buy here. I immediately want to get into SQ. I just bought 1,000 shares, one click. Bypasses the order entry form. So anything that we create can be as a custom order. And then we can create stop orders as well. Sell, stop, based off of my position price, 25 cents for my full position. Map it, it is shift 1. So as soon as I got into my SQ with my F1, I now hit shift 1, and I have an open stop order here as well. So I can have a protection. I can also place a target order as well with a hotkey. So a lot of combinations. I can also view on my chart here. We can see I have a position in green dotted line is 1,000 shares at 22.45, spot 80. And now my order is out here in my sell stop. I can click and drag and modify that as well. So I can place an order and tighten up the spread or relax it if I want to let it run a little bit. So a lot of ways to manage orders. I can do it through the chart. I can do it through my orders window. I can do it through hotkeys or hot buttons, order entry form. So there's a lot of ways to handle this. So there's not a true bracket order function, but I can have a stop order and I can also have a target order all at the same time. I have two orders out there. Whichever order will get filled, the other one will cancel. So let's just say I modify this to something very marketable. That canceled, that executed, and then it modified this to lower my stop to 500 shares. So everything is done separately, but you're able to place these orders and have them together, and they will interact and cancel each other as well. Someone was asking about sell short and available for the sell short. So we have that indicator on the level 2 window. The E is the easy to borrow indicator. If something is not easy to borrow, it's going to show up as an L indication. Let me try to show you here. Looks like we got a lot of easy to borrow stuff here, but let's go to something. TLSA, not Tesla, but this Tizena Life Science. L indicates a locate's required. You would either have to email our trade desk for a locate, and you'd get an assigned amount of shares, or you can use our automated short locate tool. Now this, let's just see if I can pull it up here as well. Okay, so this is actually a live account now. Now you can, let's see, KALA is not available for short as well. We have our short locate feature. You go into the menu, short request, and it is a feature here. I hit locate. It will tell me, oh, look, you can short 100 shares at KALA for 0.023 per share. If I'm willing to do so, I will choose accept. If I accept it, then I can now place the order to sell short 100 shares. If I choose to cancel, I do not get charged. So it's a pre-borrow fee that you use to short shares. If we have the shares available, you know what the cost is, and then you can access it. So it's a really great way to get additional shares for something that's not part of our easy to borrow locate. And it'll tell you what the fee is, so you don't have to guess. You're not going to be, some ones are going to be higher than others. This is 0.038, but if you do feel that it's going to move, you can see it had a range, say, at 13 cents, so maybe 3 cents is willing. Certain price stocks are going to be higher or lower, so you do have that option to always cancel if you don't want to do so. If you do accept this fee, you do get charged regardless if you execute an order or not. If you agree to the locate, these shares are assigned to you for the day and you do get charged. So you do have to be aware, if you agree, you do get charged. So that's the one caveat, regardless if you execute the order or not. You can reuse the shares throughout the day. It's a one charge fee for the shares you borrow. So if you borrow 1,000 shares and you cover it, then you can reuse those for a one-time fee. So it's a really nice feature to be able to borrow additional shares. Okay, we want to get into the charts a little bit here. We can. So let's get into something with a little bit more movement. I can use the mouse wheel to scroll back. I can increase or decrease the chart range by clicking and dragging the time. I can completely move the range back by clicking and dragging as well. I right click, I go to chart parameters. I could change the time frames. I can add additional time frames. If I want a 30-minute, I can add another tab on the bottom, click it, add it, okay. We can see on the bottom, I can quickly flip between 1 minute, 5 minute, 30-minute. You can go to the parameters and you can view pre-market by selecting all here as well. Tighten up the range, view your orders, positions as well. I go to right click, I go to studies. I can drop in my moving average, my VWAP, Bollinger Bands, MACD, anything I want to add. I just click, add, change the parameters. Very easy to do so. So we can make our charts look pretty nice. You can put all the studies and indicators, the VWAPs here. We can see this is above the VWAP. Maybe it is looking like a stronger buy today. It is up quite a bit today. So obviously, once it did cross that VWAP here, it did take off a little bit there. So you can see, the charts have all the basic studies and indicators you're looking for. You can change the candle width, the colors. You can change the display, get rid of some of the background grid lines. You can show information. We have this toolbar where you can enable and add different tools so you don't have to go into the menu. So we can see here, if I want to show summaries, if I want to show the volume, if I want to draw a trend line, I can easily just do that from my toolbar shortcuts here and add other things to my toolbar as well. Anything here. So if I want to add to my toolbar, I now have the ability to zoom. If I click on my shortcut tool, I want to zoom in what happened right at this breakout period right here. That's going to zoom in. We can see volume went up and it started to increase through the day. I click my right arrow, it's going to go back. Some people are asking about the VWAP. Now, if you are on a demo, it is a delayed demo. Sometimes the VWAP does not interact as well with the demo, but just trust me, it does work. But that would probably most likely be because you're on a delayed demo and the delayed demo environment, which may not interact with the VWAP. But we can see the VWAP is here. It does work perfect on a live account or a live demo here. So certainly. Someone is asking if they have multiple accounts. How do we do that? Just quickly here, you'd have a drop down right here. If your accounts are linked, you would just be able to select right in here. You'd have your one ID, and then the next one would be your IRA or a corporate account, and you just would have that linked. So as long as we have it linked properly, we can do so. So Good question, Tim. Just double check with me tomorrow, and we'll make sure that that's set up properly for you, Tim. Linking charts, yes. So you can do your linking. Everything funnels through the level 2 window. So we can see right now this is funneling through the Facebook level 2. If I open up a new level 2 window, and then I want to open up a new chart, I would right click on my chart, I go to link, and I'm selecting that to link to my SPY. So when I change SPY, the chart updates. Now this one's linked together as well, the bottom linking. So you just right click on either the chart or the order entry, and you go to link, and you're going to link it to the quote window, the level 2 window that you want it to. If you have more than one, you can see it's highlighted as the active window. So if I tab, it's going to now be the active window. So if I want to buy this one, F1, I just bought AT&T. I flip back to tab to diamonds, I hit buy F1. That's the active window. So your hotkeys and hot buttons will be linked to your active level 2 window as well. Then people want to look at some of the scanners and filters we have available, of course. So you can see right here, we have our risers and fallers. This is going to show anything that's up or down or the most volume on the day. We have our light scan filter as well. If I go to light scan, this is going to be our main filter and scanner. You can see ODT has the most volume traded on the day. You can, that's built into this category here, and these as well. I can sort and filter by these different categories. So percentage down on the day, percentage up on the day. I can sort by, I go into the columns and the scanners. I can add all these different data categories, percentage gap, volume change, 30-day, average volume, highs or lows. So I simply click on the data, I add it, and now I have a new category which I can sort by. So I want to just sort by what's up or down gap on the day. You can do that, and then you can also remove filters, remove symbols, exclude price or have a volume or price range here. So I can set different filters on my scanner. So it's a nice way to be able to see what's trading on the day, what's most active there as well. We also have our options most active window, another scanner showing what's active on the option side, the SPY, HYG, GME, or most unusual volume. We have most trades, most unusual volume on the underlier, so we can see Apple or something that you're not used to here, most unusual volume underlier. You can see previous open interest, previous volume, so most trades on the day. A lot of different scanning tools, as well as our ticker alert. This is just going to constantly show what's making new highs or lows on the day. Apple's at a new high for the day. Nice to see. So a lot of ways to do these scans. The scan is pre-market as well, so you can see the filter, time span day, pre-market indication, yes. So that is available there for you. So this will be active pre-market. You can see what's gapping up or down the most on the day pre-market as well, and you can sort by price as well. You can trade. Good question here, Diego. 4 a.m. Eastern time. So we offer the full ARCA pre-market session starting at 4 a.m. Eastern, and it runs post-market through 8 p.m. So we do have the full range, which most brokers do not offer. So you can see some benefits to that as well here with Lightspeed. The level 2 will also show the halts levels. It doesn't indicate on post and pre-market here because there's no halting on this time, but it would show up on the level 2 as the LULD indicator, limit up, limit down. So the 10% bands would show as a price indicator, just like NASDAQ showing a price. LULD would show, 115. If it hits 115, it's going to go into a halt. We also have our where's it here? Sorry, halted symbols list, so you can see what stocks were halted on the day as well. So that information can be available here for you. Just like the light scan, the watch list can be used for your own set of symbols here. You can put all the different data categories you'd like to add. I just click on columns. I can go into the column data categories, volume change, dividends, financial information, VWAP here as a level 2 indicator. Just hit OK, and I can view that. I can have different categories here as well, change, percentage change from the open, gaps, all this for your own set of lists that you have, and you can copy and paste your own watch list from an Excel list as well that you may keep separately. So all this is information able to be utilized here. You can highlight based on trades or percentage change or high-low. So I can have the row update here when things are moving here as well. So you can have your watch list give you some really quick indicators when things are changing. And of course, you can always change the background and colors and the fonts as well. Just quickly here, some other features that we do have. Of course, we do have the alerts available. You can go into the alerts you can put an alert here from your level 2, add alert quickly. If it exceeds the volume, I can put an alert here. And if it does trigger, it will show up as a blinking nice alert here as well. I can also go into my settings menu and set some overall alerts for a lot of symbols at one time. So I can put a whole list of alerts through here as well. So let's say I'm on Facebook, if it ever just reaches 315, and I can add that on there as well. Other settings, your trading, we have our warnings if you want to have a warning or not allow. If you wanted some limits here, if I want 2,000 shares, either warn or not allow. But if I say warn, if I place an order here for 2,000 shares, let's say 2,500, I get a warning. This is exceeding my limit. It's going for 2,500. You said you don't want to go more than 2,000 shares. So you can put your own checks on there. I can also just have don't not allow. So it just will not even accept the order. I hit buy. It's saying max order size exceeded as well. So I can warn. Oh, and then it looks like Apple just triggered my alert. You can see now it's flashing. It just hit my specified price just a couple seconds ago as well. So that alert did trigger and notified me as well. Once again, for someone had a question on the chart, you just have to change the chart parameter. You have market, you have the 8 a.m. or the all will show you starting from 4 a.m. So that you just have to change the time frame on your chart parameters. We always are looking to add new features. If you have some feedback you're looking to provide us for new features, certainly send them our way to our contact us or our feedback forums on the website. I think that was a pretty good overview on what the platform has. There's some other features possibly that we didn't cover. I'm sorry to say, we do have a separate time and sales window that you can view the prints and the exchanges as well as it's color coded for up or down prints. We have the block trade filter, shows you large prints, shows you what stocks may be moving, where money's going. Some strategies like to base off of these large prints, and getting into different strategies based off of what they feel would be pivotal price targets based on block trades that are maybe reported from institutional transactions or dark pool transactions. You have our news feature that shows you part of our standard data. You see here trending on here as well. You just view any of the different headlines that we have available on their news. So you can go through the new menu. Certainly you want to, we have fundamentals tab where you can view data. This demo might not be set up for that, but it has, oh, there it was. Maybe it just takes a second to load. We'll let that run. So we have the light scan, the block trades, the most active tickers. We went through all this. Order imbalances, if you're looking to go through buy or sell imbalances, net imbalance, this will show you all that information. You want to see what has a larger buy or sell imbalance, very key information sometimes. Here's the fundamentals. You're looking further into a company, what they do, their balance sheet. If you're looking for longer term information, this is the fundamental data that you'd be interested in here. Their earnings, their dividends, their information. Very important stuff there as well. Orders are only placed on share size or a percentage of buying power. You're not going to do specific dollar amounts, like if you want to buy $5,000 worth of a stock, that would not be available. It's just based on share size. Then we have here hot buttons. There's list order entry if you are looking to send multiple orders at one time. Complex options for spreads. We have summary windows, and we have our tip ranks if you are looking for analyst ratings and rankings. We have that as well as a nice feature. So we can see and view different articles and different ratings here. Apple, this is the overall price targets here. I know now my screen's looking a little jumbled. I'm just trying to get everything here as well. Analyst ratings, so we can look, what are they saying about Apple? Average price target, 151. Who is saying that and why? We can view all that information. Insider activity, hedge fund activity. So we can see if there's inside movement. You can see who's bullish or bearish. A lot of fundamental analysis included in the platform for someone who's looking for more swing trades and longer term positions, because you can do that in your account just as easily as you can for active intraday trading as well. And then that SMA here is the social analysis, trending off of Twitter and other social media, what's positive, negative sentiment, and different data as well. We do offer an API as well. It involves some programming. It's not an easy functionality. It just does involve some coding and knowledge of the ability to program certain orders. So that is available. Jim, if you're looking for that, certainly contact me. I can set you up with some information and further details. Quickly here, just to note, minimum funding, Lightspeed Trader software, $25,000. You need to maintain that for your day trading account. We offer two different commission structures. We have the per share or per trade rate. Per share would start at spot 0.0045 per share with a $1 min. If you do larger orders, you could be on a per trade rate at $4.50 per trade. Options on a per contract basis, 60 cents per contract. If you qualify for our active trader rates, you can qualify for lower rates based on your monthly volume, per share based on number of shares per month, per trade based on number of trades per month. Software, Lightspeed Trader has a monthly cost. It's $130 per month, but we do allow this fee to be waived or reduced based on monthly commissions. If you reach $130 in commissions, the fee would be waived. Market data offerings is an additional cost, $13 for a base package. Additional level 2 data, ARCA book, NASDAQ book, NYSE open book would have an additional cost as well. If you have any questions on the cost, please contact us as well. And last component for trading would be the routing fees, since we do have the different routes available. Lightspeed Smart Route, ARCA, or the dark pool routes, Smart Routes, all have different costs. You can also qualify for liquidity rebates. If you see the add liquidity in the non-parenthesis, that's a credit. Anything in the parentheses is a charge. So you can even make credits and have rebates applied to your account as well. If you are looking to open an account, please go to the Open Account button here, go through it, select your trading platform. This is the Lightspeed Trader, your account type, and if you'd like to have an account rep assigned to you, please do so. My name is Rob Livson. If you'd like to have me assist you, feel free to contact me. Additionally, so there's the demo here as well. And then last one, just anyone who is looking to open a new account, we do have a new account promotion. If you're interested in that here, promo code 10K2021. It's a 50% rebate of your commissions for the first 3 months up to $10,000. So guys, just keep that in mind. Take a look at that promo and feel free to contact us with some questions there. So we really thank you for joining us today. I know I went very quickly, just tried to give you an overview on a high level of what's available, but once you have specific questions on the individual functions, we are happy to schedule a personal training session. So you can email sales@lightspeed.com for questions. Feel free to call us. And you can see here's our number, 888-577-3123. Extension 3 will get you to the sales team. So myself, Chris, or Bob, I'll be happy to help you. We have other salesmen as well. Feel free to give us a call. Happy to help. And just test out the demo and let us know if we can help. And please let us see if we can help you with your trading business and provide you with the tools and services that we feel that a professional active trader should have. So guys, thank you very much and have a great night, and be on the lookout for other presentations and other offerings that we have. I thank you for joining us. Have a great night.